So, buying a home is one of the most exciting and significant financial decisions that you're ever going to make. But it's not just about the numbers, it's also a very, very emotional journey that buyers go on. I don't care if you're the first time home buyer or the fifth time home buyer, that emotion, those thought processes and feelings that you're having are going to affect your decision making in ways that you're probably not going to expect. So, in today's video, we are going to be talking about the psychology of home buying, how your emotions will impact your choices, and how you can balance those emotions and make rational, informed decisions that's going to help decrease the stress and the overwhelm of the entire process. Hi, everyone. I'm Katie Evans, owner and lead agent of the Living 48 real estate team here in Arizona, and I am glad to have you back at another one of our video blogs, our weekly blogs. Now, having been in the real estate industry for a fair amount of time now, I've helped enough home buyers, whether they're first-time home buyers or fifth-time plus home buyers, go through the process of purchasing a house. Sellers, I want you to listen in on this because it's got some really important points for you as well. So, having gone on that journey with quite a few people now, I am very aware of the emotional roller coaster that buying a property brings with it. So, one on one hand, there is like all this excitement, and then the idea of owning a new home and moving in and painting the walls and decorating the nursery and all of the fun things that come along with that ownership and that future home. And that can motivate you into diving headlong into that process, but it also can set some unrealistic expectations and you can make some impulsive decisions. So then on the other hand, we've got the fear. We've got the financial commitment. We've got the overwhelm. What if we make a wrong choice? What if we make a bad purchase? What if it's more money than we can afford? What if? There are so many questions and choices and decisions that have to be made along the process that it can create a lot of anxiety, a lot of overwhelm, and it can help people like put on the brakes when they shouldn't, or get overwhelmed and just cut their nose off to spite their face. Sometimes there's a lot of great there's a lot of great opportunities that you can miss out on by letting the fear, the uncertainty, the doubt rule the decision making process as well. So there is also another emotional factor that I want you to consider, and that is the idea of attachment. You might find yourself falling in love with a home that feels so perfect that you choose to overlook the more practical issues like price, condition, location. Like there's so many things that you might kind of fall into because you just become attached to certain things. Now, let's also not forget the pressures the external pressures that are going to be coming during this process as well. You're going to have family and friends and even well-meaning agents like myself who are going to be giving you advice and telling you what they think and telling you how it was back in their day and when they bought houses and da 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 da, that can influence your decisions. Now, some of these opinions and some of this might be helpful, but it might also not be helpful. And it doesn't allow you to make the decision for yourself and decide truly what is important for you and your family. It is important to stay centered on what your needs are, what your preferences are, and really make sure that we keep that front and foremost so that we don't fall into some of these emotional traps. All right, now, how are you going to balance these emotional feelings, these emotional experiences, just the emotions themselves, with the more practical financial realities or the more important things like location and condition, those kind of things? So first of all, we are going to establish clear priorities. Before you ever even start looking, there are things that need to be done from a practical standpoint that are going to help you make good, smart, wise decisions for yourself that will help overcome some of those emotional items over there. Okay. So we're going to find out what are the needs, not the wants, the needs. How many bedrooms do you absolutely have? Is there a specific neighborhood that you need and why? Proximity to work, proximity to schools. Having a list of the must-haves are going to keep you focused and prevent you from getting all swept up in the excitement of other things that are not maybe as important or that are going to cost you money that you don't have. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to set a realistic budget. That is going to be crucial, even more than getting with a lender and getting pre-qualified. I need to know what is your budget. I need to know what is your budget, okay? Not just for the purchase price, but there are additional things that are ongoing costs as well in home ownership. So your property taxes need to be factored in there, your insurance, the maintenance on the home, if there's an HOA, all those different kinds of things are going to be part of the monthly budget. And we need to know what they are. That way, we can make sound financial decisions. Even when we go to the lender and the lender says, oh, well, you're pre-approved for this amount of money, but that amount of money translates into a monthly amount that is higher than what your budget is, we need to focus on the budget. Just because you qualify does not make that a good and smart financial decision for you. All right. Also, do not feel rushed. A lot of times we get into this like, I want it now, I want it, move fast. Okay. And the process is of buying a home does have time constraints on it. And we don't want to rush you. Okay. So explore before you start putting in offers, different neighborhoods, visit multiple properties. You can go to open houses. You can look at them online. You can do drive-bys. You can do all kinds of stuff and really take the time to reflect on what some of your options might be. A little patience is going to go so far in helping you control those emotional and impulsive decisions that might not be right for you in the long term. All right, then I want you to make sure that you are also getting the professional guidance that you need. A trusted real estate agent, a great lender partner, someone that can help stay objective and navigate some of that on your behalf. So they understand what the market is doing. They understand where potentially it's going to be trending. They understand your financial situation. And of course, not just in consulting with them, but also in consulting perhaps your financial advisor, your tax advisor, those people that help make sure that this is going to fit into your long-term financial goals. We want to pull the whole team together. We are all a part of your financial advisory board. So the last thing I'm going to throw in there is do your research. Okay. Do your research. Look at the local market. Look at the property values. Look at the future developments in the area. Look at what's happening with the freeways. Look at what's happening with industry. Just overall, make sure that you're doing the research that you need to do to make sure that this is going to be a good long-term investment for yourself. Be informed. Avoid overpaying for properties. All those things are going to be so important because remember, this is for your future. It's not just for today. Is this property going to meet your needs 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Is it a good long-term investment? I want you to think about, project out and think about what potentially could be a place that you get stuck for quite some time. Is it going to work for you? So make sure that this isn't just an emotionally satisfying decision right now, but that this is a good financial long-term investment decision for the future as well. So in conclusion, yes, buying a home, it is wonderful. It is so full of emotional highs. And it's also going to have some lows in it, you guys. And I want you to understand how that emotional part of this really affects your decision. And by just even acknowledging that and recognizing it, we're going to be able to make more rational choices around it. And that is truly what I want for you. Set your priorities, set your budget, take your time, pull in the guidance that you need. And above all, just make sure that you find that most perfect property that's going to fulfill your heart's desires and at the same time, your financial needs. That is going to be the true thing that is going to bring you joy and happiness in home ownership. So, as always, we are here to be a resource for you. We would love the opportunity to interview with you to see if we would be a good fit to be an agent to help you with all of these different choices and decisions that you're making here in the future. So, if there's anything that I can do, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I also would very much appreciate it if you're enjoying this content. Please subscribe to us, like us, give us a comment in the comments below, and of course, share this information with those you know who are considering home buying in the next little while that could use this information. We always appreciate getting the word out to those that might need this information as well. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on our next weekly video.